Prince's name just got dragged into Diddy's legal drama, and nobody saw this coming. At first glance, this might sound like a reach. How could the legendary Prince, the musical genius who died in 2016, possibly be tied to Diddy's disturbing lawsuits in 2024? But the deeper you dig, the stranger it gets. Because what if Prince saw everything? What if he had the tapes? And what if his mysterious death wasn't just a tragic accident, but part of a much darker story? Let's dive into the chaotic web of secret parties, celebrity scandals, courtroom drama, and one icon who might have known too much. For years, whispers have followed Diddy around. Whispers of wild parties, no cameras, no security, and a carefully curated guest list of Hollywood A-listers. People like Demi Moore, Ashton Kutcher, and even Beyoncé have allegedly walked through those doors. But according to multiple insiders, including media personality Jason Lee, these weren't just industry mixers. These were controlled environments. No phones allowed, no plus ones. And security guards? Left outside. Why? Because what happened inside wasn't for the public. It was for Diddy's eyes only. Here's where things get really strange. Some of Diddy's most notorious parties didn't even happen in his house. They happened in Prince's. That's right. Diddy reportedly threw these wild, no-holds-barred events in a house owned by the Purple One himself. But here's the twist. Prince never attended. Not once. So why would Prince let someone use his mansion for something this chaotic? Unless he had a reason. Unless he wanted to watch. There's a theory gaining traction online. Prince had cameras hidden throughout the property. Because Prince, unlike Diddy, never trusted people easily. He was calculated, private, and deeply suspicious of the industry. What if he was documenting everything? And what if those tapes are still out there? Fast forward to 2024. Diddy is now facing multiple lawsuits with bombshell allegations of abuse, trafficking, and intimidation. But when the court started selecting jurors, things got even weirder. Celebrity names started popping up out of nowhere. Michelle Williams, Robert Downey Jr., Lauren London. Even Michael B. Jordan and Young Miami were mentioned. Why? Because this case is bigger than just one man. It's pulling in names across Hollywood, music, and entertainment, and everybody's nervous. In November 2023, singer Cassie Ventura, Diddy's longtime partner, filed a lawsuit alleging rape and physical abuse. Though settled swiftly, the case opened floodgates. By mid-2024, over 30 civil lawsuits emerged, accusing Diddy of sex trafficking, coercion, and abuse spanning 2 decades. It all started with Cassie. Her lawsuit shocked the world, alleging years of abuse, manipulation, and control. Diddy's assistants allegedly delivered expensive gifts after beatings. She claimed he forced her into disturbing sex acts, so-called freak-offs, with strangers, sometimes filmed without consent. She said Diddy kept her isolated, drugged, and silent. And worst of all, his own staff saw it happen. One former head of security even testified that he broke down crying after seeing Cassie's bruised face. The image was burned into his mind forever. Cassie's story opened the floodgates. More women came forward, each with their own horrifying story. One anonymous accuser, Jane Doe, claimed she was assaulted by Diddy and his producer Harve Pierre after being drugged at a party. Another woman, Lorianne Gibson, said Diddy tried to throw a chair at her in 2007, and she filed a police report at the time. Then came Dawn Richard, who you might remember from Making the Band. She said the entire show was a nightmare. Sleep deprivation, food deprivation, and psychological abuse. But she didn't stop there. Dawn also claimed she personally saw Diddy being physically violent with Cassie. September 2024 marked a turning point. Federal agents arrested Diddy on charges including racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transporting individuals for prostitution. Searches of his residences uncovered weapons and thousands of bottles of lubricant, suggesting a pattern of orchestrated sexual events. Central to the allegations are the so-called freak-offs, drug-fueled sex parties allegedly organized by Diddy. Prosecutors claim these events involved coercion, non-consensual acts, and were often recorded without participants' consent. A 2016 video showing Diddy assaulting Cassie Ventura is set to play a pivotal role in the trial. Even Diddy's rumored girlfriend, Young Miami, isn't untouched. Court records allege she may have transported substances for him, and she's reportedly on his payroll. She was even named during jury discussions, raising eyebrows. Is she a witness, a co-conspirator, or just another pawn in a much bigger game? It sounds like a movie, but it's real. Cassie once dated Michael B. Jordan. That fact alone got his name brought up in court. But the story with Kid Cudi is even crazier. Cassie briefly dated Cudi, and shortly after, his car mysteriously exploded in his driveway. Cudi confirmed it actually happened. Coincidence or a message? Now let's go back to Prince. Just days before his death, he posted a strange message on social media. Just when you thought you were safe. At Paisley Park, his final words to close friends were, "Wait a few days before you waste any prayers." Then he was gone, found dead from a fentanyl overdose. But here's the thing. Prince didn't do drugs. He was a clean-living vegan who didn't even drink coffee. So how did he die from a drug 50 times stronger than heroin? Was it really an accident, or was it a warning? One lawsuit by Joseph Manzaro alleges he was drugged and assaulted at a 2015 party, naming celebrities like Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and LeBron James as witnesses. While these individuals have denied involvement and were later removed from the lawsuit, the case underscores the potential breadth of Diddy's alleged network. Diddy's legal team contends that all encounters were consensual, portraying him as a participant in a swinger lifestyle. They argue that relationships, including the one with Cassie Ventura, were mutually violent. However, prosecutors aim to depict Diddy as a manipulative figure who exploited his power for personal gain. As of May 12, 2025, the federal trial is underway in Manhattan. With a potential life sentence on the line, the proceedings are expected to last 8 weeks. The courtroom, previously hosting high-profile cases like those of Ghislaine Maxwell, now becomes the stage for Diddy's reckoning. Diddy's case has ignited discussions about accountability in the entertainment industry. Attorney Cassidy West reports receiving over 25,000 calls related to Diddy's alleged misconduct, indicating a potentially vast network of victims and witnesses. The trial may set a precedent for how the industry addresses such allegations moving forward. Once a symbol of success and innovation, Diddy's empire now teeters on the edge of collapse. As the trial unfolds, the world watches to see whether justice will be served and what this means for the future of accountability in the entertainment world. Thank you for joining us on this in-depth exploration of Sean Diddy Combs' ongoing legal battles. Stay tuned for updates as the trial progresses. Diddy's case has ignited discussions about accountability in the entertainment industry. Attorney Cassidy West reports receiving over 25,000 calls related to Diddy's alleged misconduct, indicating a potentially vast network of victims and witnesses. The trial may set a precedent for how the industry addresses such allegations moving forward. Once a symbol of success and innovation, Diddy's empire now teeters on the edge of collapse. As the trial unfolds, the world watches to see whether justice will be served and what this means for the future of accountability in the entertainment world. Thank you for joining us on this in-depth exploration of Sean Diddy Combs' ongoing legal battles. Stay tuned for updates as the trial progresses.